Hello, and welcome to this. Is my mic on? Yes, it was. Okay, you gotta check that stuff when you first start. This is Tera. There you go. It's Tera. It is an action-oriented MMO, so there's no targeting system a la World of Warcraft or what have you. It's very much skill-based. Here's my character that I've been playing for a while, level 15. There you go. You can level up relatively quickly if you try. It is a Korean MMO, so be aware that there may be some grinding involved. I have yet to actually hit that point, but the early level quests, from what I've heard from Eligible Monster, who does the Tera podcast, a little plug there for him, is that the quests get much more interesting after, I think he said level 20, and as with most MMOs, this is much more fun to play with a group. However, I don't have a group, so there you go. I'm just going to create a new character and run through the prologue with you guys. I also apologize, I had just eaten, so I apologize for any weirdness in my voice, and I may or may not have to clear my throat at some point, but I will mute the microphone for that. And one thing I would like is, I wish they would show the bonuses that each of these races had. Because I did check the site, and the races do have bonuses, so some of them are better for magic, or... I skipped one, didn't I? There we go. Some of them are better for magic, some of them are better for physical damage and stuff. I like how I went from the complete two opposites while I said that. And, you know, just stuff like that. I mean, you can basically guess from how a character looks. But this guy, you're like, well, he could be good physical, but he's actually, He's a very studious kind of character, dude. I didn't show the intro movie when you start the game, because I don't know why, because it's kind of difficult to record stuff at the very beginning of the game, because it's like, hey, we're here, and then by the time I'm set up, it's done. Regardless, he's a book guy, he does magic. This guy, I'm pretty sure, that would be a good physical guy. So we're actually going to take them. There is a female for most of these. If you didn't notice that, there's male and then female. Some of them, like the Popori or the Ellen, do not have it. I don't think actually any of these... Nope, there's those three. So Popori, Ellen, and Baraka. I'm just going to say that like weird. But we're going to go ahead and take the Amon, was it? There we go. Alright, select class. Now there's a bunch of classes. There's two tank classes. One of them is the Warrior, the other one is the Lancer. And you can see player skill required down here. This tank, as you might notice down there, is an absorption tank, so they basically tank the damage. This one is an aggro kind of evasion tank, so you pull the aggro and then you just dodge the attacks. It's probably one of the more advanced classes. However, if you're really good at it, and this is what I like about the game, is the skill factor. If you're really good at it, there's pretty high chance you're not going to take damage in most of the fights. They also have a Slayer, which is burst melee DPS, a Berserker, which is also burst melee DPS. I prefer the Slayer over the Berserker, but this guy hits like a ton of bricks. You also have the Sorcerer. Got this little fancy thing. They have a lot of AoE stuff early on, so they're pretty good. Archer, which is what my other character is. Priest, which is primary healer, and Mystic, which is secondary healer. Now Mystic can summon stuff as well to support themselves. Priest I've never actually even played, but for the purpose of this, I'm going to go ahead and grab a Warrior here. I guess we'll just do a preset. That one, sure. I'll just look through here. There's a whole bunch of different stuff you can do depending on different races. Fine details for their whole face and stuff like that. There's an outfit you can choose. Let's see what a good one is. Quite like that one. It's got like some fancy Titus pants system going on here. And then voices. If I could... Yeah. That one sounds terrible. Usually it defaults to a voice that's pretty good, so you can typically just leave it on there unless you want to have a character with a super high-pitched voice. But I don't, so we'll go ahead and finish that. I hope the audio settings are correct because I did not tweak them in any way, shape, or form, but that's what audio editing is for. But here's my new character. You can see he's got his double sword dealio. Here's my old character. A little bit fancier outfit, fancier weapon, but that's because they're at a higher level. So we're going to go ahead and jump in with this character, and we're going to go to the prologue. Let me scratch my forehead real quick. Now you can play with either a controller or a keyboard. I've only played with a controller a few times, but it does actually work quite well. It's a pretty good control system, but I'm just used to playing MMOs with a keyboard, so I tend to stick with that. Basically, you have all your face buttons are your spells, and then you have, I believe, L1 and R1, or right bumper and left bumper, whatever the heck button you want to push there, are modifiers. There we go. So you hold those down and you have different spells on your face buttons. But here's us. We've got a metric crap ton of skills down here. Holy crap. Battle cry, assault stance, defensive stance. Is that yeah, I can just run that the whole time. I'm just gonna run that stance. There we go. So I can run that permanently. Or does that drain MP? It does drain MP, but I still appear to actually be gaining MP. Costs 10 MP per 2 seconds while active. Okay. I'll just leave that running. Rain of blows, torrent of blows, rising fury, combative strike. You retaliate, evasive bolt. Alright. So left mouse button is almost always set up as your default attack. In this case, it's the warrior's, dual-bladed spinning dealio here. Right click is usually what people use for dodge, so that would be his little dodge roll. And then a lot of people, I know the game by default likes to put tab on your retaliate, which I can't show you because I'm down to do that. And then the rest of them are typically just standard button presses. We wanted to study the Island of Dawn. Did it skip the intro? I don't know. I didn't skip the intro. Is there even an intro yet, or is that after this? I think it might be after this that there's actually an intro. It just kind of throws you in. But here we go. We got to do some quests and stuff. I'm actually going to quickly skip through a lot of this. If you wanna read it, you can pause it or whatever. I don't want to spoil. A lot of people like reading these. I like reading these. In fact, I read them the first time because it does provide a good storyline here. But just to give you a quick run over, this island appeared out of nowhere. This Island of Dawn, or I believe is what it's called. I've already forgotten the name. That's terrible. But it appeared out of nowhere. So all the civilizations around it, you can see there's a little shiny light over there. All around this is just a huge continental area that's kind of lifted up from the water. They said, hey, we need to explore that. So they decided to explore it. So this in this expedition, but this freak storm came out of nowhere, and then this happened. And now there's a bunch of dead people, and the expedition's not going very well. And we're here to help.
Feel the force of magic.
We're part of the expedition, so... Are we under attack? No. But right now we're helping out around the camp. We gotta get ourselves set up with some equipment because basically we just came out of the water from being drowned because of this. Don't kill me, I'm a non-combatant. That was a really weird falling animation. Yay, gear. Alright, so they set you up with suitable gear for this area. Basically at the beginning, you can't really skip it. It's not suitable gear for the level you're at, because this area you are actually level 20, you'll notice. That's just kind of to show what your character will be capable of. But this is pretty decent gear. It's not, it's not level 20 stuff, but they're not going to give you that kind of crazy powered. Let's be honest here. It's also a pretty easy place. Use Alt, switch to UI mode. This is UI mode. You can drag everything basically wherever you want it, by the way. Let's put that right there, actually. You can drag that. Apparently I can only drag that up and down. Can I drag the whole tracker? There we go. I can drag the whole tracker. Drag the controller wherever I want. I have a controller plugged in, is why that's showing up, by the way. You can add additional slots here that I believe you can drag. Yeah, you can drag those like up here if you're a healer or something that has a lot of skills or whatever. You can drag that around. You can also minimize that. Oh, you can expand it. Oh, I didn't realize that was there. Anyway, let's talk to this adjutant. Just gonna mispronounce everything. Yay! Let's talk to these people. People dudes. Stop cowering and talk to me. One thing you'll notice is there is actually a talking animation. I don't know how often MMOs have that. I can't even spin the camera because we're in UI mode. But they're actually pretty good. It looks like they are having a conversation when the other person's not cowering. That also helps.
You're from the Federation.
But there are things that this game has a problem with. For instance, the fact that it's dying. I expect it to go to free to play or just completely die. I know how to move, game. Shut up. So there you go. It is dying. It's just a matter of time at this point. Also, one thing I noticed, these guys, I guess that when they made the game, they didn't expect you to you know, follow them. They just kind of disappear. They walk up to the edge of the bridge and then disappear. I'm like, the first time I did this, I'm like, where did they go? Did they just jump off, or what's going on? No, they just disappeared. And the game's gonna warn me and tell me to mouse over this stuff to figure out what it does, which I didn't and probably won't do. Little platforming here. You don't have to do that, you can just walk up. You do have to platform over here, though. Which is why it says, press space to jump. Easiest platforming ever. Yay! Alright. And that's where we're heading if you can't figure out... if you can't figure out where you're going, pretty darn silly there. It'll take a second, there it goes. And this is a really big MMO. Let me see if I can pop the map out in this. If I have to wait, I'll just show it in the second video with the other character. Stuff's exploding. Oh. One thing I really wish they had done is added a splash when you go in water. Currently there is none, and there's actually a point at the very beginning of the game where you have to jump into the water. And then just suddenly you're swimming. It looks really bad, but, you know, whatever. Other than that, though, the game looks pretty good. Climbing up this ladder. No one ever does ladder animations correctly, it's alright. Especially considering every character has to climb this ladder, so, I mean, there's basically zero chance they're actually going to line up with the rungs. The humans might. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure the Ellen doesn't. The Ellen class, Ellen species, I guess is what that would be. I'm not really sure. You're just standing there while your friend gets eaten by a crow, man. You wanna do something about that? No? Okay. Whatever. You'll enter combat soon, don't worry. The combat's actually pretty easy. This, for a prologue, the combat is pretty representative of the actual game, because there are enemies here that have a pretty decent chance of doing some good damage to you if you're not paying attention, especially later. I'm a tank though, so I should be alright. Let's use a skill. Let's use this one. Well, Jesus Christ, man. Obviously, these guys are not the enemies I'm talking about when I say there's a chance you could have a lot of damage done to you. It's 3 do. Doesn't kill them. There's a lot of dudes over here. What about 4? They put some sort of shield thing on them. I really should dodge. Moment I'm just taking hits. Let's see. Come on, attack. Dodge. Yay. And again, that's where skill comes into play. So for instance, you can see, oh, he's about to attack. I gotta roll. And that'll get me out of, any possible danger. It's very, very action-oriented, that's a lot of enemies over here. Very skill-based. Why are there so many enemies over here? Kill them all! There we go. Nope, I got hit. Obviously, in this kind of situation, I can't really track when someone's about to attack. Very well, anyway. So I just kind of guess. You know, that's a lot of enemies over here. There's usually not that many enemies over here. You could help, that would be great, buddy. We're good? You almost died. Alright. Is that like the campfire up here? No. Is that a campfire? Does this count? No. Darn. You can put down campfires, they're pretty good in group play, party play, whatever, dungeons, instances, stuff like that. Because they'll heal you, you can get bonuses by doing, using certain items around them. Dodge. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You can all sit around, just, you know, have a good time. I almost rolled into that. Technically I did, but apparently it didn't count it, so whatever. I counted that, which is weird, but oh well. The game has a few issues on the hitboxes, mainly due to animations. The hitbox doesn't really change with animations like that, where they're wiggling around. Oh hi, bro. You appear to be bleeding. I dodged poorly on that. He's roaring. Ow, 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 ow. I like how I just stood there and took that. This guy appears to bleed a lot every time I hit him. That's pretty interesting there. See that? Look at that blood. How do you survive, man? Ow. Ow. And there's Retaliate. Yay, I got to show it. Alright, let's stop getting murdered, which is probably never going to happen because I'm actually pretty bad at the warrior class. I am much better at ranged DPS, and this is a glitch as well. It's broken. See. Things that should be fixed. Also, there's a bunch of dudes over here, and there's aliens. Up, bro? These are a bunch of the classes in the game. I believe there's priest, warrior, there's usually an archer, there's a mage over there beating the living crap out of me. Let's heal, shall we? Let's actually go in defensive stance, shall we? Although that's going to pull more aggro, which is probably not beneficial. The main guy you have to worry about in this brawl here is that big dude, because he has a homing attack, which is really irritating. Otherwise, it's not too bad. I usually don't even try to dodge it. See? Freaking homing attack. Also, someone just made a giant AoE. I think that's... no, that's that guy making that giant AoE. Oh well. Let's get some mana going here. And then get back to killing this... what is this guy? He's a berserker. He's an imprisoned berserker. Dodge. I'm getting the crap beat out of me. What's up, bro? He's doing something. I'm not some sort of buff there. Not sure what, but he's using it. Need to heal again. I would like to kill one of you. Or at least some alien can help. That'd be fantastic. There you are, alien. How are you? It's about friggin' time he showed up. Jesus. So one of my skills was in use. Alright. Not sure what Elian was doing during that, but there you go. He's the commander. He's really fast and supposedly really powerful, even though it took him that long to kill people.
It's time to take action.
But the prologue ends. And the cool thing, I say that a lot, is they actually put a boss at the end of this prologue. And they give you all these people, so it's kind of like a raid, kind of, sort of. Or a dungeon or something you would go into with a party, which is kind of cool. Obviously, these are all NPCs, however, they do follow me. There they come. Sometimes they're a little finicky with that, but they'll come over here eventually. And here's the boss fight. Rising Fury can be used twice in a row. Good to know. So it can. So here's our boss dude. He's pretty big, however he's really slow, which makes it a little bit easier to dodge his attacks. He just landed on someone's face. Also, you might notice there's a thing underneath my character. That means I have aggro at the moment. That's a good way to track who on the team has aggro, by the way. And we have a priest on our team, it looks like, because we got some sort of buff there. Or a mystic, I'm not really sure what. I need mana. Probably didn't need to roll there, but it did it anyway. Also, when a enemy's eyes glow bright red like it did earlier, for this guy anyway, it's a good sign that you're probably going to need to move. Right over here. Hit one back, ow. Also, really big bosses, or enemies like this guy, do damage when they walk on you. And there is that red eye. Ooh, he's gonna hit. Yeah, that hurt. It's potion. There we go. Alright. Not doing too bad here. Elian's actually taking some hefty damage. And I'm probably gonna maintain the aggro because I have this stance on. Which is fine and dandy for me, I don't really care. That's my job. Also, I don't know what that little thing on his health bar, the boxes that keep coming up. I have no idea what those are. Roll. I rolled through his torso. What you gonna do about that? And like I was telling me to evade. Evade, you fool, evade! Does he not? What's he doing? Oh, it's roaring. Okay. I would like to point out that the classes use MP differently, but they all have MP. I am inside of this dude's torso. What's up, bro? See the, like, it says 3 there now? What does that mean? I have no idea. I'll have to ask eligible monster. Ow. Sweet Jesus, man. I'm still maintaining aggro, I think. Oh, there's these dudes now. Great, he called back up. I love when he calls back up. He fired. Oh, he's breathing on people. Bro! I am being beat to crap by his reinforcements there. Let's grab a potion. That's what I'm maintaining the aggro of these guys. Can't see. I don't have enough MP. I am being murdered. Get off me. There we go. I just need to get rid of these guys and not get stepped on. Ow. I am horribly slowed. I don't know what caused that. I died. Oh. Oh. Oh, there. It is the prologue, so it's not even technically anymore. If you die, you can just respawn where you are. That's actually the first time I've died, which is sad. I was hoping I could go without it. We've lost most of our dudes here. We're about to lose another one, actually. We're about to lose that expedition member there. Dodging like a pro. Oh, he's dead. Yay! Oh, there's another one. My word. This one will blow the living crap out of you. You have to fight him later, actually, which is cool. That's a lot of blood. I can't see because I'm inside of his torso. There we go. We're actually, like, stun locking him. We're doing basically no damage, but we're stun locking him. And he disappeared. Doll. That dude's part of the storyline, so you'll get to fight him later as well. Yeah, it skips all the prologue storyline.
The Island of Dawn.
That sucks.
Now we'll see some action.
But Elian, the dude I was with there, is missing in action at the moment, so we've got part of the second expedition now, I'm pretty sure.
Graveyard for anyone who dares to cross swords with me, maybe. Who's with me?
This is attempt number 2.
Count me in. On the day I heard about a mysterious island rising out of the sea, I dreamed I'd see it for myself.
Then you need more ambitious dreams, my friend. Mysterious island equals ancient treasures. Equals the perfect place for me.
Yay!
By the Titans, that island is huge.
Enough chatter, recruits. Get down there and report for duty. For the Federation.
The voice acting could use a little bit of work, but you can see the mainland around that. It's a cool looking place, I'll give you that much. Also, I think like the loading screens and stuff very well might be hand-drawn and whatnot, I'm not really sure. But, welcome to the Island of Dawn! And she does a little seduction there for seemingly no apparent reason. But whatever. Alright. Here we are, and low frame rates and all. Bye now, shut up. I'm running a trial, by the way. Woo! Get off the... there we go. But here's the Island of Dawn, there's a rainbow, there's some stuff floating around. I can open the map now. So here's the rest of the area. I'm actually gonna move this back down. I like it when it was down there. Move that over. Doesn't interfere. There we go. Alright, so here's Island of Dawn. This is where all the new players are going to be. You'll be here for about 10 levels or so, I think. And then you'll fly off to Arcadia over here. And I'm still in this place, actually. I believe I've just gotten to Oblivion Woods over here. Not even done Valley of Titans or these other two down here. I'll be showing that in a moment here. But here's Island of Dawn, here's the rest of the area. I have no idea what the rest of this is, if it's just cities or... I mean, it looks like there's stuff to explore out there. That must be super high level stuff there. I'm not really sure. All I've explored is Arcadia and Velica. Actually, Velica is the first place you get to. It's basically just a town. And there it is. You go to the town, you would leave the town for Arcadia. It's fairly simple like that. But there's the map. Looks like there's still some more areas that could use some content or something. I'm not really sure if they'll ever be added, but there you go. That is the first video for this set, and I will see you whenever I post the second video, which is going to be recorded all of 20 seconds after this one. So I'll see you guys then.